Hey crochet friends, I'm Tiffany and welcome to my channel. Today we're going to make this really easy, super quick to whip up infinity scarf. We are doing a single crochet in the back loop only of every stitch. It is a 1 repeat row, super easy to follow. It just takes some time because it is so long. About 3 hours is what, or less, is what you could whip this up in. Now I did not seam this together, so I like to make infinity scarves where you just do a really long row and then you make a circle with it and seam up the ends. It's a lot easier to do it that way. So I already crocheted the majority of the scarf, so I'll just pick back up with this scarf and then seam it together with you guys. But for the tutorial, I'm just going to use another skein and make a smaller version. And just to give you an idea, this is how much yarn is left over. I used a brand new skein of 256 yards of this exact skein, Red Heart Soft. And I'm kind of doing yarn chicken, so I'm at the end or towards the end of a row, and I don't really think this is enough yarn to make it all the way back down. So I stopped here at this width. It's about, not stretched, it's about 5 inches wide. So 5 inches this way. If you want it even wider, you're going to need more than one of these skeins. And if you want to make it even longer, you also will need more than one of these skeins. But if you crochet the amount of chains I do, the amount of rows I do, this is roughly the amount of yardage you're going to have left over. And you'll be able to whip up one scarf with one skein. I love one skein projects. But use whatever brands you want, whatever skeins you want. Just make sure it's close to 256. I know different companies probably make different yardage, so just keep that in mind. And also, it's in dark leaf. If you love this color and want to replicate this color, you will also need a K 6.5 millimeter. We are working even more loosely than this hook, but I didn't want to go up any hook sizes because this part gets heavier and bigger. Whatever this silicone product is, it's just too much for my hands, so I manually make it bigger. So you could go to like a 8 millimeter. Maybe you have a hook that doesn't include this for the handle. You will need a pair of scissors to cut your yarn and a darning needle to seam it all together and weave in those tails. Now, just to give you an idea, it's hard to get this all in like one shot, but it is 62 inches long. The rows are 62 inches long, not stretched, just laying here. And I think I said the height, like the width of this is 5 inches, just to give you an idea. Okay, we are going to start with a slip knot. Now, I'm not going to make my beginning tail very long. We will connect our infinity scarf with our final tail, so both of the tails don't need to be long. So I'm just going to make my slip knot with a tail about this distance. Get out of the way, mister. And then I'm going to pinch the bottom with my thumb and pointer, pinch the top. So guide this yarn this way, lay it between your middle and ring finger, make a heart, go underneath this loop, rotate just your right hand, then turn both your hands together, and you're going to take your right pointer and middle finger, or pointer and thumb, and grab this yarn. Pinch that, and then hold on to that, and then pull your hands apart. And it won't pull anymore eventually. You're going to put that through your hook, but you do not want to pull this knot all the way. You want to make a nice tall loop. So for this pattern, you're going to chain 181. That makes for 2 loops around your neck. If you want to do a third loop, I would say add another 90, but we are going to do 181. So you go in front of the yarn, wrap it around one time, and take that loop through the first loop. Like so. Now I'm going to hold on to my chain that I just made so it doesn't get any smaller. Lift up on your hook so that that second loop is bigger. You're going to do that again. Go in front of the yarn, wrap it around, take that first loop through the second loop for 2 chains. lift up your thumb and pointer, grab and hold on to that chain, so then you can pull on the next chain. Do that again, go in front of the yarn, wrap it around, pull through, and keep doing this. I'm not going to go up to 181 because I already made the scarf, so I think I might go up to like 30 or something, but you go up to 181 and I will meet you back. Okay, when you have your chains, you're going to skip the first chain and go into the second chain and do a single crochet. So go into the chain, just go under the top loop. Now you're going to take your hook and go up and over your yarn. So this is a yarn under, it's underneath the hook. Then pull through your chain. You're going to pull up a nice tall loop, then go in front of the yarn, wrap it around, and take that yarn through these two loops. And you're going to do this all the way down. Go into the next chain under the top, just the top loop. Go up and over your yarn, pull it through the chain, nice tall loop, go in front of the yarn, wrap it around, and take that loop through both of these loops. I'm keeping my loops nice and big. Go into the next chain, go up and over, pull it through, go in front of the yarn, wrap it around, pull it through. Now this is going to take you a good minute to get to the end of your row. I think on average it took me about 10 minutes. I wasn't working very fast. But just pop on a show, pop on a movie, and get to the end of that row working nice and loosely. Just single crochets. Super beginner friendly stitch. Like that. Okay, when you make it to the end, you're going to chain one. So go in front of the yarn, wrap it around, pull it through, and then you're going to turn your work. Now, if you look at them from the top, you will see a front loop and a back loop, front loop and a back loop. You're only going to go into the back loops. You're going to go in between these. So in the middle, underneath the back loop, and out the back of every single stitch. So this is your chain. You're going to skip this. This is your first stitch. So go in the middle, just under the back loop. And you're going to do the same single crochet. So go up and over your yarn, pull it through that back loop, nice and tall, go in front of the yarn, pull it through. Go into the back loop of the next stitch, up and over, pull it through, go in front of the yarn, wrap it around, pull through, keep these nice and loose. This is a perfect project if you are starting out and you don't quite understand how to get your tension perfect, which basically means all your stitches will look the same. This project is very forgiving. So just work loosely, just working under the back loops. And if you did the chains, you will have 180 stitches for every single row. So again, it's going to take you a minute to get down your row, maybe another 10 minutes. And I will meet you when I've got to the end of mine. So pause the video. I will see you in a second. Okay, when you make it to the end, you're going to repeat that all over again for the rest of the pattern. So you're going to chain one, so go in front of the yarn, wrap it around, and pull it through. Then you're going to turn. So this is row 3 now that we're on. We've done 2 rows. You're going to go from row 3 to row 18 with the same steps. You are going to go into the back loop only of every stitch, just like we just did for row 2. So skip this very first chain. We're not going into that. This is the first stitch. So you go in the middle, underneath the back, and do your single crochets. And work these nice and loose. Only go under those back loops of every single stitch. And you're just repeating this. That's literally the pattern. Super easy. Make sure everything stays nice and loose the entire time. That's how you get the look. It's very stretchy. And then you will have something that looks like this. So you're just going to keep going back and forth, 180 stitches, chain 1 turn, go in the back loop only, 181 stitches, or 180 stitches. And then let me finish my row. Okay, and one more stitch. And then you want to cut your yarn. So I'm going to chain 1 before cutting my yarn. So you go in front of the yarn, wrap it around, and pull through. And then it'll turn into a knot right there after you cut your yarn. Now you just want to make sure that you have enough to seam up this distance and secure the tail. So don't just cut it right here and think you're good. Maybe go back and forth 3 times. So I guess you want it 3 times this distance, and then cut your yarn. Then pull on your hook, and it's going to pull that tail all the way through. And then when you cinch up, that chain 1 turns into a knot. Just a little extra security. Now I'm going to put my final tail in the top right corner, and then you want to follow your scarf and fold it over on itself. So how it's up and over, like up and over, you want it folded, not twisted. And since this is so long, I can't get it in the camera, but just know it is folded over. And then this is the other edge with the beginning tail. So you want to put your long tail on your needle. Okay, so I have my needle on, and then you want to line up your stitches. You're going to notice some stitches match. You're going to go right on this edge. You're going to go through, up and over. So you're going to come back over, go through, and go across. Now you're just going to keep coming up and over towards you. Find a loop and find a matching loop across. Let's try that again. Go through the loop, go across, take your cat hairs out occasionally, and pull through. And you just keep coming up and over This is a whip stitch seam, in case you don't know. It's one of my favorite and easy seams. And if you want to make your scarf wider, then you're just going to have to add more rows instead of stopping at 18, and then it's going to make this a little bit longer to have to seam up. But you just do this all the way across, no matter how many rows you got. And just work this all the way down. Super easy. And then when you make it to the end, I go up and over 2 times, just like I did at the beginning. And then you want to weave in these final tails. So I'm gonna go in this direction first. So you just go under any loops. And you want to go in about 3 different directions. That makes it pretty secure. So I'm going to guide my tail up, turn my work, and kind of like on the next row, go in my second direction. And you don't have to be perfect with this. No one will see this. Turn my work. And go back in the other direction. And you will repeat that with your other tail if you haven't woven that tail yet either. And you should be good. And you can wash this because this won't unravel. The more you weave it in, the better. And then cut your tail. And like I said, weave this tail in too, the same exact way. Then cut that tail, and then you're all done. And the seam is not super noticeable, especially when you start bunching this up. So imagine this is behind my neck. You have it draping down, and then I like to give it one twist, and then you'd fold it behind your neck again. And that is how you do your infinity scarf. I really hope you love this super easy pattern and have fun crocheting your scarves. Bye, crochet friends.